January 18th, 2023, the day Stadia died. What's up, YouTube? It's Danny, back in another video, and we're going to talk about Google Stadia. The death of Google Stadia. I made a video 2 years ago on Google Stadia when I got this. They were doing a promotion, and they were giving away the Premier Edition, which came with this white controller, which is a nice controller, don't get me wrong. And I did a video on it, and it did receive hate. I've got a couple of hate comments that I took screenshots of for this video. Somebody said, get better internet. And what's funny is I have Google Fiber. So I have the best there is, 1 gig up and down. And the experience I had in Destiny was absolutely abysmal. Oh, wow. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. My character is stuck. Going into the wall. I'm not pressing a button. Look. I've lost control. I've lost complete control. And now I'm dead. And now the game lagged out. Oh boy. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Look at this. PUBG performed a little better. There's 75 people playing Stadia. And I hope they all got it for free like I did. Oh, the aim is so bad. I did that 2 seconds ago. That's horrible. I hope for Stadia's sake that it's just PUBG and not Stadia, but I have a feeling that it's Stadia. Or maybe both. Can't even hit him. It's so delayed. But both were pretty lackluster. It is what it is. Google Stadia had potential, but as we all know, when Google does something, invents something new, they're pretty quick to kill it off. And I think Stadia lasted 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's already on the Killed by Google website as everything that they create and destroy and kill off go to be remembered. That being said, people have been asking, what are we going to do with these nice controllers? I mean, this is a really nice controller. I don't think it's charged. It doesn't appear to be charged. It's not charged. But look at this. It's a beautiful controller. It really is. I love the white with the black and orange. I think that's a really nice controller. Well, good news. Google is coming out. They came out with an update that you have until the end of 2023 to install, which I'm going to do after this video. Where you can use this as a Bluetooth controller for PC, which is great. So that way it's not just, they're not just throwing away garbage, just throwing, and this is not garbage, but it would be useless otherwise. So shout out to Google for at least doing that, so, but yeah, I knew the writing was on the wall like a year ago, I believe, when they shut down the Google Stadia game studio, like the main studio that Google was funding for these exclusive titles that were going to be on the Stadia. The writing was on the wall, and they're like, "Oh no, we're not getting rid of it yet. No, stay. We're just going a different direction. We're just going to be for third-party developers, stuff like that." And I was like, "Nope, it's already headed down the drain." And sure enough, here we are. Today's the 22nd, so it's definitely, I missed the final day of Google Stadia, but really wasn't missing much. I think on the last day, or the last week, or the last 5 days, I believe, they had the Snake game or whatever, which was the game that the devs used to test Stadia before it was even launched. But as much money as Google put behind Stadia, and they put a lot of money, especially in advertising, I think some of that could have been spent on research and development. Amazon Luna is probably next to go. I received the Luna controller for review, and I actually never did the review, and they never reached out. I ended up selling the Luna controller for full price a few months ago on eBay. So I think I got $50 for it, plus tax, or plus shipping, not tax. eBay takes care of tax. Anyway, not the point. I just never got around to playing Luna. I'm not a cloud gamer. I have played with the Xbox Game Pass for a couple of videos. It's decent. It's not bad. It's way better than Stadia, and I don't know what Luna's like, so I have no idea if it's better than Luna or not. But my experience with Stadia, assuming you've seen my video already, if not, I am going to link it at the end of this video, in the end card. It was not very good, and this was a genuine reaction. I had just gotten it that day. It just came in the mail, so I was like, all right, time to make a video. So I made a video unboxing it, setting it up, all that firsthand, very first impressions right out the box. I didn't want to give it any fluff. I just wanted a real and honest reaction from myself. There are people who like my videos. I try to be real, as real as I can be. So with that being said, rest in peace, Stadia. Rest in piss, you won't be missed, if you want my honest opinion. But yeah, that is the end of Stadia. There are so many things that Google should have done right, but they didn't. And that's the thing with the state of gaming as of late. And I was thinking about this last night, actually, because I was watching a video on the original PlayStation, I believe. That, and then after that, I watched a video on 343 Studios and how they basically have killed Halo Infinite. I mean, obviously it's not dead, but it's not good. And that's the thing. Games, when I was younger, games were all about the experience and how much creative control that these gaming companies, these studios, these developers had, before the corporate greed of the gaming industry that we know and hate today was really a thing. I mean, we used to get so excited for new titles to come out. And for me, the latest example of disappointment is Pokemon Violet and what's the other one? It's the red one. It's not Sapphire. I can't think of it. Anyway, Pokemon Violet is the one I have. And the other one. I did a midnight launch video, which coincidentally was the same night I was getting robbed at the storage unit. Didn't even know it. Funny how that works. But Scarlet, that's it. I couldn't think of I want to say Sapphire. Scarlet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the latest examples of corporate greed. People are playing these games anyway. I don't blame them. I'm a huge Pokemon fan myself, but I cannot come around to playing the game. And I've tried. I've streamed it 3 times. In the third stream, I played it for 30 minutes before I was just done. The story is boring. The graphics are horrible. The gameplay is not that fun. The gimmick with the crystallizations is kind of weird. I'm not huge on that. I liked the VMAX stuff way better. And I was thinking, because Arceus was so good that Scarlet and Violet were going to be like that. I figured that Game Freak, Nintendo would take what they learned from Sword and Shield, because it was not the best either, and take what they learned from Arceus and how great, but yet short. That game was so short to me. The game was one of the best Pokemon games of all time, in my opinion. Arceus was insane. It was amazing. I loved Arceus. I do need to finish. I have like 30 Pokemon still I need to catch, which I will stream that eventually. I just been busy. It's been a year now since I've played the game. But I wish they had taken what they learned from the shortcomings of Sword and Shield and the amazingness from Arceus, and I thought they were going to put that into Scarlet and Violet, and they did not. They put some of it in there. The open world concept, that's one thing. But the stuttering of the games, and I know they've patched some of it up, and the lackluster story, to me, is just, I don't care enough to play. Maybe that'll change, but right now my interest is just not there. My interest lately, believe it or not, is Madden 23, a sports game. I'm not even huge into sports games, but I've been playing The Show 23 and Madden 23, as well as Rogue Company. Really got into that this last couple of months. I'm having a blast playing with some friends I know locally. But it just goes to show you that I was getting a little bit off topic. It just goes to show you that corporate greed has really ruined, or at least tainted, the gaming industry to a significant amount. We've got Square Enix coming out with NFTs. Ubisoft's talking about NFTs. I own a couple NFTs. I don't think they belong in gaming. In fact, I don't even know where NFTs belong right now, because I know a year ago everybody was all about them, but now it's really, because the market is just so pitiful in crypto and with NFTs. It's just like, why are we buying clip art? I own some clip art now. I own two of them. Actually, no, I own three of them. One's on Reddit. But that's a little different though. It's an NFT, but it's Reddit's in-house NFT, which I actually like a lot because it represents your avatar. But I don't like where the state of gaming is. And I think it's only going to get worse. Warzone 2 came out, and I hate Warzone 2. I absolutely cannot stand it. They got rid of everything I liked about Warzone 1. There's no resurgence. The maps are... I hate the map. It's so huge, and they're just so empty, and all of a sudden you're just dead out of nowhere. Like, I liked the smaller maps. Maybe I'm in the minority with this, but I loved the two maps in Resurgence on the first Warzone. And they're gone. I don't know if they'll ever come back. I have no idea. The new Call of Duty, I was going to get it this year, and then I was watching other people play it, and I didn't. Why? And I'm starting to realize maybe it's just not for me like it used to be. Because I have friends that would probably play this multiplayer game, part of Call of Duty, for 2 weeks. And then they'd go to Warzone and never touch it again. You know what I mean? So I didn't see myself even needing to buy it. Because I don't buy Call of Duty for the campaign. I never have. I've always bought it for the multiplayer. I always play the campaign later. But I'm not even worried about playing the campaign. Because it's just going to be more of the same that we've had for the last 15 years. It is. Maybe some new guns, maybe some new skins, maybe a new gimmick, but I don't know. I've not enjoyed a Call of Duty game in a quite a long time. I think Black Ops 4 was the last one I really enjoyed. We all played multiplayer. I liked that Battle Royale. Was it called? I don't think it was called Warzone though. And the campaign was decent. It wasn't the best, but it was decent. It was enough for me to justify buying a $70 game, So that being said, Stadia is dead. I know I got way off on a tangent with just video games in general and how society is with them these days, but it all kind of goes hand in hand. A company as big as Google, you would think, would have a better success at the gaming industry, but it just goes to show you that these corporate executives don't have the slightest idea what they're doing when it comes to gaming. They don't know gamers. They think they do. They know how to make fancy commercials and a nice looking controller. I'll give them that. The console was not that great because it's just a little Chromecast basically, which I think is still plugged in upstairs in my TV. I have not touched it in a year at least. I haven't played Stadia in so long, but they just didn't have it. And I honestly believe the only people who know gamers are the top three, and Sega, but the top three. Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. And I think number one, who knows their gamers the best, is Xbox, because of Game Pass alone. I know PlayStation's got a Game Pass version. I forget what it's called. I've tried it. It's okay. But Game Pass on Xbox is amazing. Too bad Halo's not. 343 is horrible. Okay? I hate 343 Studios. And they're killing Infinite. They are. I've not even completed the campaign Infinite because I found it so boring. Maybe that's just me. But there's no support behind Infinite, even though the head of 343 just said that they were, what's the word? They were committed. That's it. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word committed. They are committed to working on Halo Infinite. And I'm like, you've had a year plus, and you have yet to show any sort of commitment. If anything, it's a cash grab for loot boxes or whatever they are. not loot boxes. I guess they don't do it anymore, but the sell skins and stuff in the store. Like it's the same concept that Overwatch is. It's a whole different rant. But Overwatch 2 is also a disappointment. That was the other game. So between Overwatch 2 and the new Pokemon games, it's not been a happy year for Danny in terms of that. And I don't really count Call of Duty because I like Call of Duty, but I'm not a diehard fan of it anyway. But the two that I am diehard fans of, they disappoint me. I don't even like Overwatch 2 hardly. I used to play Overwatch 1 religiously every week, sometimes every day. I haven't touched Overwatch 2 in 3 months. Not since it first came out, and then a month after that. And then after that, I was like, that's cool. And now I don't care. It is what it is. Alright, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like me, please hit the subscribe button or consider hitting it. And if you don't like me or like this video, then do what you do. I won't be offended. It's just my thoughts. Rest in peace, Google Stadia. Rest in piss, Google Stadia. Nice controller. That alone was worth it. Thank you for the free controller. Appreciate that. And I never did spend a dime there, so I won't be getting a refund. So no harm, no foul. Thanks to the free controller. I am going to install the firmware update and make it a Bluetooth controller for my PC. First, I need to charge it. It is a nice controller. It's super nice. So, all right, guys. That'll do it. Thank you all so much. See you all in the next video. Is this a thumbnail? Maybe. Maybe. There you go. What's that? Or maybe I'll just make that the thumbnail. I don't know yet. So, anyway. Talk to you all later. And bye.